Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, I love a good comeback story. I bet you do too. Today, we're going to tell you about a comeback story about a state who just wouldn't quit. That's right. A state that wanted to preserve its citizens' Second Amendment rights and tried to do so through some pretty bold legislation, maybe a little too bold. It got smacked down by the federal appellate courts, but they're back at it again. And this time, I think they got a real chance to make this one stick. I'll share with you in a moment what I'm talking about. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about Missouri, the state that just won't quit. Okay, America and Missouri, here's what we are talking about. A couple of years ago, the state of Missouri, really fed up with the way the federal government was cracking down on Second Amendment rights, decided to pass a piece of legislation called the Second Amendment Preservation Act. At the time, we applauded it here at Washington Gun Law. At the same time, though, we said, you kind of stuck your neck out on this one a little bit, Missouri, and here's what I'm talking about. The law said that Missouri state resources, so the Missouri State Patrol, state police, all county sheriffs, municipal police departments, and all that, none of that could be used at all to enforce federal gun laws. Okay, that's actually okay, and we're going to spin back to that in just a moment. The problem is the bill went one step too far and said, oh, and by the way, all federal gun laws are basically void ab initio here in the state of Missouri. We do not recognize them whatsoever. And that's ultimately what got the law shot down, because both a trial court and an appellate court found that it was a blatant violation of this federal Supremacy Clause, which unfortunately it was, and therefore the law was struck down. But because they have no quit in them at all. They are the show me state. The state of Missouri is back at it again, this time with Senate Bill 23, also entitled the Second Amendment Preservation Act. And what they have done is they kept all the good parts in there and they took the bad part out. So I want you to understand that if in fact Senate Bill 23 were to become legislation in Missouri, what it would read is, no public officer or employee of this state or any political subdivision of this state shall have the authority to enforce or attempt to enforce any federal acts, laws, executive orders, administrative orders, rules, regulations, statutes, or ordinances regarding firearms, firearm accessories, or ammunition. Nothing in these sections shall be construed to prohibit Missouri officials from accepting aid from federal officials in an effort to enforce Missouri laws. It also creates a cause of action so that if Missouri state officials deprive you of your Second Amendment rights, you have a civil claim for action and statutorily waives any claims of immunity that they may have. Oh, and then here's a kicker, and this one may be where maybe again you're sticking your neck out just a little too far, Missouri. Don't know if you really need this here, but it would then preclude any state agency from hiring an individual who had previously been employed with a federal agency who had done any of the following. 1. Enforced or attempted to enforce or participate in any way in the enforcement or implementation of any federal acts, laws, executive orders, rules, regulations, statutes, or ordinances regarding firearms, firearm accessories, or ammunition, or 2. Given material aid and support to the efforts of another who enforces or attempts to enforce or participate in any way in the enforcement or implementation of any federal acts, laws, executive orders, rules, regulations, statutes, or ordinances regarding firearms, firearm accessories, or ammunition. And it subjects the federal agency to a civil fine of up to $50,000 for hiring that person. But basically what they're saying is don't you dare be hiring any former ATF agents here in the state of Missouri. And there is a couple exceptions, which is if you cooperated with those federal agencies previously to prosecute violent offenses. So this is the Missouri Second Amendment Preservation Act version 2.0. Now listen, I think this could be written very similar to how a lot of states have written their immigration sanctuary laws, which is the state of Missouri would be under absolutely zero obligation whatsoever to help or assist in the enforcement of federal gun laws. And I think that the state of Missouri could certainly, as they have done here with the Second Amendment Preservation Act, draft legislation that says in no way, shape, or form shall we use 1 penny of state dollars to help enforce federal gun laws. And I don't believe that that violates the Supremacy Clause in any way, shape, or form. And if that's what the voters of Missouri want, then that's what the voters of Missouri should get. And we see this in states like mine right here with immigration laws, where it is very, very clear that state officials cannot assist in deportations whatsoever. And right now, there currently is a lawsuit by the Washington State Attorney General against a sheriff who decided, no, he wanted to keep his community safer. Now, the restriction on employment moving forward, that's an interesting one, and that's one where you're going to find a way for somebody to hang a hook on a challenge. So I doubt the Missouri State Legislature is listening to Washington gun law, but if any of you guys in Missouri, in the show me state there, got connections, you might want to say, hey, just take that thing out, write a simple bill that says, under no circumstance at all will we ever enforce or assist in the enforcement of federal gun laws. A bill that simple accomplishes what you want to accomplish and probably passes any type of constitutional challenge. Okay, Missouri and the rest of America, if you want to see how to do it, it is Missouri Senate Bill 23, the Second Amendment Preservation Act Part 2. We'll go ahead and link it up down below so that you guys can geek out on it for yourself. Now, if you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now, but if you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, you click on that link right there and you tell us all about it. If you want to subscribe to the monthly newsletter, the ability to do that is down there in the description box. And finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe. So today we want to check out and see how secure StopBox really is. So we're heading over to one of the book clubs to have it tested by one of the most dangerous creatures known to man. That's right. I'm talking about the drunk suburban housewife.
You guys, your name's it's Mom.
Oh, hey, ladies.
Oh, hey!
How's book club going?
Oh yeah, I have a shit ton of stuff.
You look like a Lolita.
No.
Lolita.
What is wrong with me?
Call me Steve, Jake. Ew. You look like a Hannah
Taylor. No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, with those lips, you're
100%
Lolita. Spicy.
Yeah.
Cumin.
Sorry.
Okay, ladies, got a little challenge for you here.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so listen, here's what I got. I got a $200 spa package to Willow's Lodge.
Ooh la la.
I got 2 days, 2 nights at Suncadia, $100 at Target,
Nice.
and $100 at Wine and More, because I know you can need that. So, any of you get into the box, it's yours. Have fun.
Okay, who wants to go first?
I can get in
Okay,
the box.
Beth. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Come on.
Get that spa package. Oh! Yeah.
Come on. Ooh. Get it. Come on.
You gotta push all the buttons. You do the same thing over.
Come on.
You figure
No,
it out.
I don't
figure this
care.
out.
I just give up. I'm pouring more wine.
Give up?
Yeah, I give up.
All right, well,
You didn't pour me any.
close, but looks like they're all mine. Thank you, ladies.
What?
StopBox. Protect your family while protecting your family.